Hey everyone, it's Tenja. So let's take a look at what we have going on for the week of October 25th to October 31st in World of Warcraft Shadowlands. Or should I say the start of Dragonflight. The first thing that is going on this week is, you may have guessed it, the Dragonflight pre-patch hits. This pre-patch comes in two phases. The first phase is October 25th, and the second phase will be November 15th, with the launch of the new game, November 28th. So with phase 1, we're getting some stuff, but it's mainly non-combat related stuff. The combat related stuff will come out on November 15th, so we got about 3 weeks before we see any of that. The biggest thing this week is our new talent system. So for a lot of people this week, they'll be spending time on figuring out their new talents, and beating up some target dummies, and generally figuring stuff out. We're also going to get the ability to customize our user interface. So if you've never used a user interface to add on, this may feel a bit weird to you. And if you don't want to customize, they're going to have an option between modern and classic, so you can just pick that one and have your screen be basically what it looks like now. Or you can do a full customization. And the last thing that's pretty big in this phase is new race class combinations. We'll be getting new classes for the Tauren, the High Mountain Tauren, the Draenei, the Lightforged Draenei, and the Orcs. If you decide to go with the Tauren, you're going to be able to make a rogue and a mage. If you go with the High Mountain Tauren, you're going to be able to make a rogue, a mage, and a priest. If you go with the Draenei, you will be able to do just a rogue. The Lightforged Draenei are the same, just a rogue. And if you go with the Orc, you're now going to be able to do a priest. There will be a few more bells and whistles that come along with this. There's going to be larger bags that we can get eventually, so we're going to have more bag space. There's new accessibility features. We're going to go up to 60 maximum characters per account. And if you fill up 60, you are a very dedicated player. Another thing that we are getting is the rated solo shuffle will be available. And the one thing we will be losing is tier set bonuses will no longer work as of today. And now for some combat stuff that we can take care of this week. Hollow's End is still running, and if you haven't gotten the Headless Horseman mount, you still have until the morning of November 1st to try for it. And I'll stick by what I said last week. It would be nice if Blizzard would replace this mount and give us older players a reason to participate in this event. Also, starting this week and for the next 5 weeks, the Fated raids will be Castle Nathria, Sanctum of Domination, and Sepulchre of the First One. That's right, all 3 Shadowland raids will be open as Fated. So if you don't have Jiggle Wars Senior yet, you have the next 5 weeks to knock it out. But don't forget, it has to be on normal difficulty or higher to get it. And you could do it all in 1 week if you really had the drive. Moving on to our weekly quest. This week we have Arena Skirmishes up. Again, it's something I don't mess with, and I'm not sure if I'll ever try it, but if you do it, I hope you have a lot of fun with it. And this week, if you decide to do Mythic Plus, the affixes this week will be Fortified, Bursting, Storming, and Shrouded. So with Fortified, non-boss enemies have 20% more health and inflict up to 30% increased damage. With Bursting, when slain, non-boss enemies explode, causing all players to suffer damage over 4 seconds. This affects stacks though. With Storming, while in combat, enemies periodically summon damaging whirlwinds. And finally with Shrouded, you may find Nesmerian infiltrators have disguised themselves throughout the dungeon. And last but not least, our PvP brawl this week will be the Warsong Scramble. This is another one I've never tried. I've done plenty of Warsong Gulch, but I've never tried it as a scramble. If I get a chance, I might check it out just to see what it's like. I used to enjoy Warsong quite a bit, but I haven't done it in a very long time. But for me in World of Warcraft, I did get my normal stuff done this week, and it was a pretty big chore since I ran a ton of time walking. And just to give you an idea of how much time walking I did run, I did the weekly quest on 16 characters, and I finished leveling my Horde Rogue from 52 to 60. In total, I'm going to say I killed more than 250 bosses. I still didn't see the Infinite Time Reaver, and that was the main reason I had done them, and that put me at 2,250 attempts for that. My old art run gave me my 16th attempt at Minram's Head. I know I'm not very far along on this one, so I don't expect it to drop very soon, but you never know, you gotta try at it. And in Taurus the Burning Throw, I got my 31st attempt on the Shackled Urzel, the Sword, and the Scythe. I did do it on Mythic and Heroic, because I'd like to get both versions of the Scythe. Again, no one in my group had any luck this week, so that's like 3 weeks I think, where I haven't seen one drop for anyone. I also got attempt number 22 for the Hellfire Inferno out of Mythic Nighthold this week, and again I still had no luck getting that mount, but I'm still pretty low on the attempts there. The next one I tried for was the Ironhoof Destroyer from Mythic Blackrock Foundry. I have 65 attempts on this one now. I only do it on one character a week, but I'm in that range where it should be dropping. But I still didn't get it this week. So I headed over to Battle for Azeroth to do the 5-man Mythics again. The first one again, I hit Freehold, and I got attempt number 22 on Sharkbait, that nice red parrot mount, but it didn't want to drop. So once I got done in there, I headed over to King's Rest, and I got attempt number 14 on the Tombstalker. I still didn't have any luck on it, but again my attempts are pretty low on that one. With the Pandaren World bosses, I do all 4 of these in one sitting. So I got attempt number 551 on the Son of Galleon. I've only ever seen it drop for one person. I would love to see it drop for a second, that being myself. I did get attempt number 169 on the Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent. Then I got attempt number 145 for the Cobalt Primordial Direhorn. It's a really nice looking Triceratops in my opinion. And I got attempt number 193 for the Thundering Cobalt Cloud Serpent. The Cloud Serpents I can live with or without. I do the other 3, it's the only reason I go after him. But I didn't see any of these drop. Normally after I do the world bosses, I head into Siege of Orgrimmar. And I do both Mythic and Rogue lately for a chance at the Test of Manaroth. Not sure where I'm sitting on the count on that. The tracker I have doesn't count that and I can't figure out how to add it. But they still didn't drop for me this week either. So the last big thing I had to do this week was the Tome of Sargeras and get my attempts in for my Abyssal Worm. And so I gathered up my 12 characters that I do when I'm doing a big farm like this. And I headed in there. I got attempts number 55 to 66 done. So let's take a quick look at them.
Face the might that lurks beneath the world. Such death is beneath me. Face the might that lurks beneath the waves. I feel my queen. The indignant. Indignity. Indignity. Face the might that lurks beneath the waves. I feel my queen. Beneath the waves. The indignity.
The 66 attempts down, and you know what? It's still a nice change of pace from Dragon Soul, so I'm not going to complain about this one for a while. And I did get a few more pieces of transmog for my other characters besides my warrior. So in case you're wondering, this week, I'm wearing a very old set from Classic. It's the Warrior 2.5 set. It has a lot of pastel colors as you can see, and to me it looks like it should have came out of the Burning Crusade because they had a few pastel color weapons in there that would have went really nice with this set. And overall, this set is not something I would wear on a regular basis. But this is a pretty straightforward farm. You go into the Temple of Anchorage, kill the first boss, go up the stairs, go to the left, you'll find some quests, 4 of them, and that will give you your primary pieces. You're going to kill the bosses to farm the items for the quests, and while you're doing it, chances are you're going to get your belt, and your bracers, and your gloves, and your boots, and you'll have the whole set finished in no time. But hey, if you had some good luck this week, tell me about it in the comments section. I enjoy hearing about it. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a like you can click subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'd like to send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.